What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and the reason why I started the 1010 program is because I get it. Starting a business can be scary, it can be risky, and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So with the 1010 program, I decided, you know what? Let's guarantee you success. Let's put you together with a one-on-one mentor. Let's give you unlimited leads, and let's guarantee you that you can get to at least 10 grand a month in contracts. So whether you're already in business or whether you haven't even got started yet, the 1010 program can work for you and assure you that you will grow at least by $10,000 per month in recurring commercial cleaning contracts. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, click that button below and go ahead and book a call with me. And listen, this is not like a franchise opportunity. These will be your accounts that you actually own, not some franchise middlemaning you. This is actually a guarantee. These will be your actual contracts. This will be your actual business. Okay? So click the button below and schedule your call and let's see if we're a right fit for each other. What up, what up, what up, y'all? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday. What's up, fellas? How y'all feel?
What's going on?
Welcome
Happy
in.
Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tony, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go. There we go. So,
how y'all doing, man? Happy Good Friday, fellas.
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Yeah. Feeling real good.
Yep. So for those who tuning in, appreciate y'all for tuning in. We like to do this every single Friday. We all are cleaning business mentors, but really, we can I mean, it's business in general. Business is business. So if you got a business question, drop your question below. Also, let us know where y'all checking in from. We want to know who's watching with us so we can shout you out and see, you know what I mean, get a good feel who's checking in with us today on this Good Friday. We really like to come on here and really just let you know, one, how you can grow by $10,000 per month or more if you decide to sign up for our 1010 program, and we will coach you literally one-on-one. Anybody on this panel right here, you can select one of your coaches and just go to 1010program.com. But most importantly, we're also here every Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, to help you guys with your questions. So make sure you drop them below as well, in addition to letting us know where you're from. All right. So without further ado, I'm AJ Simmons. I'm founder of the Clean Biz Network, and I am the cleaning business GOAT. And I got some help with me today. As always, we got my people here, so I'll let you guys jump in whatever order you want to and let the people know who you are.
I'll kick it off
first.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Brandon.
My name is Brandon Orr. I am a cleaning business owner of 2 states, Texas and Illinois. My specialty is sales, B2B sales, from corporate world to cleaning business entrepreneur, utilizing some of the same sales strategies that I did in corporate world. And I help our 1010 people to do the same. So if you're looking to increase your closing ratio and get better contracts, I'm your guy. So
what's up? All right, who else we got?
I'm Sherman Lewis. I am the owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning, also Clean Success Academy and Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions. I am the person you want to talk to in reference to systems and automations and how to help take your business to the next level, from the ground level to infinity and beyond.
All right. What else we got? I got Tone.
All right. My name is Tony Williams, Polk County, Florida native. Built and sold a cleaning business and CBN vet. And now, man, I help other business owners, not just cleaning businesses, level up through mindset, leadership, transition, all those things. So I'm your accountability, bro. And, just tap in with me.
For sure. So there y'all have it. We got a lot of highly qualified gentlemen here that's here to help you with your business. So if you got questions about business in general, make sure you drop it below. And I guess we could just jump in here and just freestyle it. I don't know what we got going on today until somebody answers some questions. But I guess what we got going on lately, I guess I'm going to start with Sherman. I always like to start with Sherman and see any new news for us this week. How you feeling as far as the business?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good. I was up, got my hair cut. What I realize is I may have to change the days that I get my hair cut, because when I do automations, I feel like I look like a Grizzly Adams or something like that. So I may have to change the appointment, but it's a lot better today. So I'm good. But with that, man, I think everything is good. All my systems are working well. Of course, you're always updating and stuff like that. And I'm just happy. I'm ready for the weekend to get started.
I love it. And you just said just something like just that enough was something for me to riff off. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let Brandon go in and tell us how you feeling right now. But I was about to riff on something about systems. But what you got, Brandon?
Yeah.
Man, I'm just excited, man. Nice haircut, by the way, Sharon.
Appreciate it.
Man, I'm just excited, man. I think oftentimes we get caught up, so much in the stresses of business that we forget to have fun with it. So I'm bringing that light back to my business and the culture that I want to create in my business. I want it to be fun for me and fun for the for the people that work with our organization. So that's my reminder today, is to have fun with it.
Okay. How we feel, Tone? Anything new this week with the business?
Yeah, man. I got a couple things going on, man. Outside of the cleaning industry, y'all know that I'm continuing to grow in that frame, man, as far as leadership coaching and development. So just continuously fine tuning, my offers and, making sure that I'm as sharp as I can be for the people that trust me enough to work with me, man. But in doing that, and as far as even working with my clients, man, one of the big things, man, that has been heavy on my mind is and that I've been reevaluating in my own life is discipline. I know we can all, touch on that, man. I don't know if y'all watch Jocko at all or anything like that, but one of his things that he always says is discipline equals freedom.
Yeah.
And so I've just been reevaluating, my own personal level of discipline as far as to the business and my faith, with my girls, like all that stuff. How I'm using my time, my resources, treating my body, like just overall being more disciplined, because a more disciplined, better version of you is going to, ultimately spill right into your business. So, that's one of the things that's been heavy on me this week is just aligning some things, man, keeping my focus where it needs to be, and bringing a little more discipline and order back to my own life. So.
Yeah. I love that. And so I can riff off of that too, but I'm gonna start with the beginning. So Sherman, Sherman, you talked about systems and automations, right? You said everything's running smoothly. And that reminds me of I think it was earlier this week, or it might have been like last week, but I was asking Brandon, I was about to hop on the call with him. That was this week with Eric, and for the 1010. And sometimes I be feeling like guilty. When you first put new systems in place, you put somebody new in a building, and it's like you've been cleaning it for this long, and so now it's like, dang, you mean to tell me I don't gotta do nothing? You don't want me to? It's like, nah, watch out. To clean it, you know what I mean? Let them have it, right? So it's like that's what you put these systems in place for. Now go get some more. You know what I mean? So it's like, dang, you know what? I'm starting to finally settle in and accept that I have help. You know what I mean? We're starting to scale up a bit. So it's like being able to just accept and let go and trust that people got it. And it's like a lot of times too, guess what? When you put other people in place, they might not do things exactly how you did them, but as long as it's effective, especially when you're dealing with subcontractors, right? So it's like you got to make sure that you just be able to trust and walk away and trust your process, and then also inspect and verify, right? Make sure that it's actually getting done. But for the most part, let it go. You know what I mean? So I figured I'd mention something like that because when you said that, Sherman, you like the systems are running smooth, everything is cool, and it's like, you know what? I gotta accept sometimes I can get stuck in Texas for a few days, right? Like I had just happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I got stuck, and but nothing fell apart. The business, clean CBN is still in business, right? You know what I mean? Shout out to Bill, so and you guys as well. So, but I just kind of wanted to riff off of that, and then we can kind of go from there. Anybody want to chime in on as far as those systems?
Yeah, I'll chime in. Yeah, I'm the same way. My systems are doing really, really well. I can always find room to improve them and change them, alter them. And every day I see something, but I know once I go down that rabbit hole, I'm gonna be on my computer all night, because I get so excited of the final, version of what I come up with from, fixing these systems. I can right now, I have one account that I still do. It's a small account. It's a golf course, area that I do, and I could put somebody in it.
Right.
I just don't. I absolutely could do it. I just don't because it gives me something else to do, kind of outside, and it keeps me grounded and it keeps me with my ear to the ground, so I know what's going on. I know what to expect. But I could easily put somebody in there. So I definitely feel what you're talking about, man.
For sure. All right, cool. Now I heard Tony talk about discipline.
Yes.
I ain't gonna speak on what's on my mind, but Tony, you wanna go a little bit deeper on that, and then like if you got any more to share, I think that's a good topic as well that we can speak on today.
Yeah, man. Just simply, man. It's been a theme for me all week, man. Even in my men's group last night, I got there and the doggone, topic was discipline and self-control. I'm like, all right, God, I hear you. Like I hear what you try to say to me. But man, I just been recognizing some areas where, externally, especially, this is not to exclude the women, but I can only speak to this from a male perspective, if that makes any sense. And I'm sure you all understand. But I know a lot of times as men, especially as providers and driven men that we are, and I can probably say the same for business owners, like getting up and doing the thing is easy. Like getting up, going to work, doing all that kind of stuff. For me, that feels like the easy part of doing things. That feels like the simple part of locking in and making stuff like that happen.
Right.
We good? Are we good?
I don't know why that happened, but we good. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird. But that sometimes seems like it's simple. You can almost do it on autopilot, but then you see the little ways that your discipline is lacking. That's stealing your time, stealing your peace of mind. Stealing all those things. Those moments you might scroll a little bit longer than you should. That time you don't eat. The way you should. That time you skip the gym or whatever like that. And those little things start just like the good things. They start to compound over time. And then next thing you know, you ain't been to the gym in a month. It started out as one day missing the gym. It started out as one day eating the wrong thing. It started out on the business front. It started out as one day not doing your IPAs, not hitting your numbers or whatever. But you recognize that when you start to do these things consistently and when you was at your best or whatever, then it seems like you just automatically have more free time. Even though it seems like you're doing more stuff, you have more free time because all the things that you need to do, they're off of your brain and they're off of your calendar. So, for me, man, it's just recalibrating and locking back into that disciplined version of myself that, I've been for so long that I've noticed the little areas that I've been lacking. So that's been my journey this week, man. And I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that because like other than it being a month, there's some people that can look back over the past year, 2 years and be like, oh my gosh, like what have I been doing? Like, and discipline always sounds like such an ugly word, but going off of, Jocko's famous phrase, discipline equals freedom. And you see it in the people around you that consistently show up and do the things that they're supposed to do. They're able to, hey, go take a vacation for a month, and nothing falls apart. Like, they're able to go ahead and have that cheeseburger and they not losing their mind about it because they show up and they eat every day the way they supposed to on a regular basis. So they can have that freedom to have a cheat meal or a sloppy day or whatever it may be. But yeah, man, I'm curious to see where you guys are on as far as like the discipline in your life and business, man, and the discipline of your life and how it affects your business, or are they the same? Like how does that go for you?
For sure. Let's jump in there, B. But real quick before you do, I got Joan Cole System checking in. Always good to see you, Mr. Steve Jones from Janitorial. What is it? Joan Cole System Janitorial in Indianapolis, Indiana. Appreciate you as always checking in. And then how you feel, Brandon? What you think on what you got on discipline?
Man, that's a great topic, man. And I'm glad T-Dub pulled that up because that's something that I've been tapping into with myself too, is creating healthy habits. So we talk about discipline, which is like more of the macro point of view from it, right? Discipline can encompass like so many different things. But when you kind of nail it down into a micro point of view, it's like, all right, what does discipline consist of in my business or in my life? And honestly, I would say creating healthy habits, right? So, and a healthy habit is not just doing something when you feel like it,
Yeah.
right? You got to do it even when you don't feel like it, right? So that's what separates the people who've been in business for 20, 30 years and they still in the same spot. Then you got people who come along who've been in business 5 to 10 years and to pass them up like 2 3 times. And not to shun anybody who've been in that place or anything like that, but I'm speaking specifically to the people who are trying to grow.
Yeah.
And man, you trying to grow, you just gotta, it can't be a thing only when you feel like it. You gotta lock in on those healthy habits and create those healthy habits, even when you don't feel like it. So it could be like, just like Tone said about going to the gym, right? It'd be times I don't feel like going to the gym and it's like, God damn, I don't feel like going today. You know what I mean? What separates the greats? And AJ, you've been getting it in too. You've been getting it in heavy. I think this is the most consistent I haven't seen you, bro. So good stuff, man. Like good stuff, man. I see it too. But
Appreciate it.
and that motivates me. I see your story. I'm like, let me get my ass up. let me go work out. Let me not go eat this because I'm on the fly. But yeah, just creating healthy habits. And for anybody watching, it's like, man, just take a moment, like away from everybody, away from all the noise, away from social media, away from family, and just write down 5 things that could be a healthy habit in your business or in your life. Just write that down, man, and then just look at it every day and hold yourself accountable. And that's the first thing Tone did. He held himself accountable, right? That's called self accountability. So, but now that's where I'm at. I land.
No, I love that you said the self accountability because it ain't gonna come without. I mean, first you got to acknowledge what we even want to accomplish, right? And then once you know what you want to accomplish, now you identify the habits that you got to practice consistently, day in and day out, and that's where the discipline comes in for you to do it, like you said, even when you don't feel like it. And this morning, man, so the kids were out of school today, and so I got up and I saw something that triggered out because in my mind last night I was talking to a friend of mine, and we hold each other accountable. And I was telling the person that I was telling him I'm probably gonna take little age out to the gym. I took him last night, and I said I'm gonna probably take him today, work on get some shots up and stuff. And the person was like, "Do you take Maya to the gym?" And I said, "Not really. I don't really take her. You know what I mean? I let her. I be wanting to bring her, get her active, but she be chilling so hard. I don't be wanting to disturb her." So, and the person was like, "You know what? Get out there." And I was like, "You right, I do, and it's on me, right?" And so it's like, and then also it's easier to have them do it if they see me doing it. And I've been, like you just said, B, I've been very consistent here lately. So it's like, you know what? I made them get up this morning. I actually just dropped it on the story just now, right before we got on here. That's why I was late to the live today, because I was just getting back in from that gym. So when we got her out there, and it's easier for me to lead them and show them the way because I'm doing the work and I'm showing the discipline and doing the things that I don't even feel like doing, right? It's much easier to say, oh, the kids out today. It's Friday. I don't typically take meetings on Friday. Let's lay around. Let's play the game. Let's go do nothing. And it's like, you know what? No, let's stay disciplined with it. So, and the same thing goes like earlier this week, I dropped a video on my channel about how I'm coaching the kids now again. It's been a while since I coached basketball for the kids because I was like, I don't have the time. I'm running my company. But I got voluntold. So now I'm coaching again. And I'm out there, and some of the kids, these kids don't really, some of them don't know who I am yet. And so I can see like a little bit of the hesitation of like, should we listen to this guy? He's not the usual, you know what I mean? So, but one of the kids that was there, he was like, how do you get like muscles? How do you get like buff like that? And I was like, I work out a lot. And he was like, well, is that one thing you could tell me? And I was like, push-ups, just do a lot of push-ups. So, but it made me feel good because it showed me that the discipline that I'm showing each day to put in that work is showing, you know what I mean? And so now that helped like for him to want to listen to me because he sees that clearly this guy is doing something. So again, everything that goes back to discipline, and you all also see it rolling over into the company as well. So it always starts with us as a single entrepreneur, and then it'll roll over into our company. But I land there. What y'all got?
Yeah, that there's a statement or a phrase that it says follow the leader, right? And it goes right in line with what you guys are talking about. You're leading by example, right? And we raise our kids and we tell them what to do. But a lot of times what sticks more than anything, and this can happen in business also, is what you do, how you pattern your life, how you live your life, the things that you do. And if you kind of have a path that people can see and they can follow, it makes it a lot easier than what's coming out your mouth. You have a lot of people online that are doing a lot of talking, but most of them aren't really doing what they say they're doing, right? It's all for their gram. It's all for social media. It's all for all that other bull crap. But what are they actually doing? How are they helping people? How are they showing people how to do things? So that discipline goes a long way. Like, matter of fact, I'm trying to get more focused on my discipline. A lot of times you'll hear that inner voice, hey, you should do this.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I'm doing something else. And then you don't do it. Like, then the next day comes and the trash comes and you didn't take the trash out because I heard the voice yesterday telling me to take my ass out and take that trash can. And I did not do it. I said, I'll do it in the morning. There's a trash can. The trash
truck.
Hey, missing that trash
man. And I knew I should have gotten up. That's discipline.
Yeah.
That is discipline. And I did not do it. So I may have to have some accountability brothers or something to get refocused, because, man, that trash is still sitting there. Now I got to go take it to the dump.
Hey, look, so with that said, maybe we're going to have our own accountability meetings for each other, in addition to us holding the 1010 clients accountable. But by the way, if you want us to hold y'all accountable, make sure you go to 1010program.com. That's www.1010program.com. We got these great gentlemen here who have all built successful commercial cleaning companies, multi-six figures. Some even have exited here. So definitely some guys you want to have as your leader, your mentor, and also your accountability partner. Shout out to my guy, Steve Jones. He also jumped on here and said, as long as you have C+ or B employees, you should be good. You should be okay. I agree. And I got that from Gary Vee years ago. I had to accept, because a lot of us scared when if we go back to the systems talk, right, and automating, a lot of us are scared to let go, right? It's like, because you know how well you clean and they ain't going to get it like how I get it, or they can't do it how I can do it. One, that's not true. People can do stuff the way you do it. And as a matter of fact, some of them might can do it better. Just let them go. You know what I mean? Because Bell sure run that lead generation better than I do, right? Certain things that I'm good at, I can see that she can't see. But as far as the actual management, she got it down pat. She trained better than I do. She's more consistent than I am, and she's more detail oriented than I am, right? So you put people in place and you figure it out. Are we perfect? No, but it is at least a B. We can stay in business, right? So don't be scared to put people in those buildings, because of course they're not gonna clean on your level, but it's like that's not their company. They don't have equity like you do, so that's probably why. But what you got to do is, as long as they can keep it up, you throw you an inspector in place to turn that B to a B+, maybe an A-, right? And then you just keep a good relationship with the customer, and bam, you might be an A as a company overall, even if the cleaner by themselves is just only a B. You know what I mean? So I agree with that 1,000%. Y'all want to chime in on that one?
Yeah, a lot of times
that's that 80%.
Oh, no, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what, like you said, Gary Vee, that 10-80-10. Like, yep. That 10% is you setting the plan and making sure that they have the, as I like to call it, the 3 T's: tools, time, and training to do what they need to do. And the 80% is them executing the work. Then that other 10% is you having a system to follow up, to make sure that the customer is getting a consistently quality product. So, like you were saying, AJ, everybody ain't finna come in there and give 100% like you're gonna be able to give. But if they can do 80% of what you can do, man, you can scale and have a successful business. But you still got to do that other 20%, 10 on the front, 10 on the back, to make sure that things are staying in line.
Good point. Yeah, good stuff too.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna jump in there, Sherman. I didn't know if you want to.
I was. It's hard going after Tony, though.
It is. That's why I ain't say
Come
nothing.
on, man.
That's why I didn't say nothing.
Y'all crazy. Look.
I'm gonna go last from now on.
No, bro, you good. You good.
I'll stop you when you
blow me up.
That's funny. All right, but Pure Elevation says, shout out to Pure Elevation Cleaning Services. Hello, everyone checking in from Virginia. Shout out to VA, home state. Appreciate that. Who else we got? Mr. Tyrone Larry, longtime CBN member checking in, says, hey, hope all is well with you all. quick question: does the 1010 program come with leads? It absolutely does. So if you go to 1010program.com, we have 3 different plans available that include leads, and then we have one plan with no leads for those who don't need the leads. You just want the coaching and accountability. So again, you can check that out by going to www.1010program.com, and you'll see the different packages we offer. And actually, I'll just go ahead and give you an overview real quick. So we have, if I can remember it off the top of my head, we have the top level, which is 10 leads per month. So we send you out to 10 appointments every single month as fast as we can. And that is $1,500 a month. We have the next tier down. We have, actually, I won't say prices because they can change, right? So and I never know when you'll be watching this. But we got the 10 leads per month. And then we also got 5 leads per month. And then we got 2 leads per month. And then we got no leads per month. But each tier is a different price based on what you can afford. We wanted to open up to more people. At first, it was only that one high one, right? Because I wanted everybody to grow super fast. That's why I was 1010, because it was grow by 10,000 within 10 months. But I said, you know what? Let's open it up. Some people don't need to grow by 10,000 in 10 months. Some of y'all can grow by 10 in 20 months, and you'll be just fine with it, right? So go check it out and see what tier you want to grow at, and we can help you from there. But it's www.1010program.com. All right, what else we got? Carolina says, that's where I'm at. I'm learning how to let go. That's a fact. And shout out to you, King, right back with another one. Carolina says, hi, AJ. I got my first huge commercial cleaning contract, feeling blessed. Shout out to you, because you've been over here grinding for a long time, showing love. And you know I got to get it to you. Here you go, right here. Shout out. You've been out here getting for a long time. I think you were doing like Airbnb and residential and all of that stuff. I know you were hustling. So that contract is definitely going to be a huge relief for you, because I know from my experience, it's easier to clean. It is a lot you ain't climbing in nobody bathtubs and scrubbing and all that stuff. So, and it's a lot less nitpicky from my experience. So, but anyway, congrats to you. All right, cool. Anything popped on anybody's mind while we was going through the people? And then, by the way, for those of y'all on Instagram, we over on YouTube. That's really where we facing most. But if you drop some over here on Instagram, I'll check over here and get y'all too. All right, fellas, I ain't getting it. Anybody feeling inspired? If not, y'all know I'll riff in a minute.
So we had a AJ rant in a good while.
Let me get into them. What they want today? God dang on, look. Give me a throw word out there so I can get them. What we need?
Oh man.
Look,
and it's so much.
Well, let's do this then.
I actually do have some real quick.
Go ahead. What you got, B?
I think it's important, but just doubling back on the 1010 program, man. I was just evaluating some of the mentees on the program, and kind of like what we provide on the front end. The direct thing is leads and coaching and the offer to grow, your business by 10 grand, right? But now on the backside, you see so many other things, and you uncover other not problems, but areas where we can help that's not even included on the, the actual sales sheet, or what AJ, promotes and talks about, and what we all promote and talk about. So I'll give you an example. We have someone in the program who English is not their native language, and they struggle with communication. And so what we're doing on the back end, and shout out to Belle too, like she is awesome. Yeah. What we're doing on the back end is not only helping them grow their business, but also helping them to become a better communicator, because English is not their first language. So one, that is a huge challenge for me. I could coach somebody all day long if you speak, English, but somebody where that's their second language. Now that's a challenge for me, and I like it because it is a challenge for me. And just seeing that person improve and just get after it and make the calls and not even think about it. And then you got people here who speak fluent English and don't even want to pick up the phone. So that's one of the indirect benefits to the 1010 program also is, we'll build your confidence. We'll help you become more confident. And confidence is huge, especially when you're selling your business. If you're not excited or confident about your business, you can't expect nobody else to be excited and confident about your business. And but yeah, I think that was great, man. I thought about that this week, and and Bell is like literally helping them, to speak better. And I've been coaching like how to handle objections on the phone and how to other stuff as well. But we can't tell you everything. But there's just so many intangibles that are benefits to the program that we don't discuss as well. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Let me tell you why I gotta get up on the horn is because, you know what, B? First off, I apologize because you have two clients that their first language is not English, and you were able to coach both of them to close a deal here recently, and so that's not easy to do. So kudos to you. You know what I mean? I knew you had the patience to be able to, slow it down and give them exactly what they need. So shout out to you. All right.
Hey, can I say something on that confidence piece, man? And I just want to say, I don't remember who said it, but every idea ain't original, but when it makes sense, it makes sense. And something that Brandon was just doggone banging on right now was the confidence piece. And one thing that I'm pretty sure y'all all know is confidence is earned. Like, that's why we talk about the consistency of doing your activities, the consistency of making those phone calls and stuff like that. Like, I don't feel like it doesn't matter, because you got to reframe that to like who you trying to be, like, and how am I going to be that person confidently? And that just comes with repetitions over and over again, doing those IPAs over and over again, picking up that phone and calling over and over again, sending those emails over and over again. That's how you build that confidence, because that pseudo confidence runs out, and you standing in front of some sharks for real, they're gonna be able to sniff that out immediately. Like, like trying to, how they say, you can't BS a BSer. Like, so when you come in there with that pseudo confidence, acting like you know what you're talking about, or acting like you know what you're doing, or acting like you really trying to sell your business for real, instead of completely owning it in full confidence, like, man, you only gonna get so far. You may be able to close a couple deals, you may be able to get the leads that get sent to you, but as far as like being able to go out there and get your own and sell your business and level up like the way that you were born to do, like, that's gonna come only with earned confidence, not that pseudo confidence. There's a big difference.
Facts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Can I piggyback on that real quick?
Before
That was spot on, Tone. I love everything about it. What I'll say is this: I go off of something called the deposit principle. And I don't even know if that's what it's called. That's what the hell I call it. But that's what I call it. I gave it that name. But it's no deposits, no withdrawals. So if you don't put in I think the lack of confidence a lot of times comes from people not putting in the work, not putting in the effort, not doing the grind, and not learning, right? And it's not just learning from, you going in and kind of doing the research yourself, but following the guidance of the mentors, the coaches, the advisors, and all that other stuff, putting in the work and doing what they tell you to do or what they advise you to do, because they can't really tell you. You're a grown man or woman. You have to be willing to invest in yourself. So a lot of time lack of confidence comes from not putting in the work. So now when you go out there and you go to those walkthroughs, or you're doing your proposal and you're not confident in that number because you haven't done it enough. You haven't put in the work. You haven't put in the time. Trust these coaches, trust these advisors. You're investing in that. So we're here to help you. We're never going to steer you wrong. It's not even possible. It's like I tell my kids, this when they're upset with me or something like that, which is rare, but sometimes they are. But I'll never, because you're mine and you come from me, or you're a part of my life, I can never physically tell you something wrong. It's the same thing. Yep. With the mentees that are in the group. We can never tell you something wrong because we are invested in you. We're invested in your success and you building and you growing, right? And if you surpass us, there's no hate. We want you to be better than us. Yeah. The same way we want our kids to be better than us, We want you guys to be better, and we want you guys to grow. So, but you got to put in the time, and with that time and with that confidence, you have to put in the work to get to that point.
Well, cooking today. Listen, we don't need no questions. Y'all want to ask us no questions? Don't even worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
We got stuff for y'all regardless. All right, let's see. We got a couple things coming in now. Let's see what we got. Appreciate that Carolina chiming in with us. She said, "Thank you. You absolutely welcome. I appreciate you always coming in, showing love, and getting value from this because we literally put it here for y'all. If y'all don't come here and take it in and leave feedback, I don't know about them, but I just stop. I feel like I'm worthless at this point or pointless. So I appreciate the feedback for sure." Robert Dean says, "Waiting on the starter course to be delivered." So the starter course is instant delivery. It don't have to be delivered, but the starter kit is probably on the way if you already ordered it. So shout out to you.
He probably mean.
Yeah. I just like to make sure everything is clear. You know what I mean? And then, by the way, if you've been waiting like an extended period of time, make sure you email support at cleanbusinessnetwork.com just to make sure that you get shit, because it usually don't take more than a week. So if you just ordered it, it's on the way. But shout out to you for making that happen. And if it's more than a week, email support so we can get you taken care of. All right, cool. What else we got? But we never really had a problem with starter kits. So. All right, cool. What else we got? Steve Jones says, "Wherever you are in your business, you must be in it to win it." That is a fact. All the way in. Caroline says, "When sending a quote," all right, here we go. Now we got the questions coming. All right, when sending a quote, should it be a Q4 weeks price? Oh, I see what you're saying. So I think you're saying the Q1 price or per service. Is the Q supposed to be there?
I think she's talking about quarterly.
Should it be a quote for weeks?
Okay, gotcha.
Or per service. There we go. Okay. So we're sending a quote. Should it be a quote for weeks, price, or per service? So it should be monthly. I'm just going to get out of the way now. I met with, and I'm talking about commercial. I met with a new customer recently, and they don't know how much they need. So I gave them a price per service, which was best monthly. So if you got your price per service, figure out how many times they want service per week, and then multiply that times that number of days per week, and then multiply that number by 4.33 weeks in a month. And that's how you can get the monthly price. That's one way to do it. Does it help? Every 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks. Okay, bam. So they once a month then. So you give them a monthly price. So you did once per service. That's exactly right. Then you did exactly right. So you would charge them per occurrence, per clean, basically. All right, cool. Because that's still the monthly price. All right, what else we got? I'm gonna read this one and then I'm gonna let y'all get it, and I'm gonna be right back. Political Sense Now says, "What payment system do you guys use?" I've been using Stripe, but their fees seem to be outrageous. Okay. I need your advice on the best service. Thanks. What y'all got? I'll be right back. I'll jump into.
I'll jump in. I use both. It depends. For one business, I use one thing. For another business, I use another. So currently, for my commercial cleaning business, I use QuickBooks, and QuickBooks is great. You can do everything with it. You can do everything in QuickBooks. Another one you can use is Waze. Is it Waze or Wave? Wave. Waze is the GPS one, right?
Right.
All right, got it. I always mix those up. Yeah, but that's a good one too. I started with that. But when I started going towards payroll and stuff like that, and I started bringing in more revenue, I just went to QuickBooks. But Stripe works. It works. Fees are fees, but those fees are also, and I'm not a tax person, so I'm not giving tax advice, but those fees are deductible for your business deductible. That's all I got on that.
Yeah, I'm the same. I use QuickBooks, been using it for years. When I thought that QuickBooks fees were high and I started exploring other options, I noticed it wasn't really too much of a difference. It'd be more of a headache for me to move everything over than to, and subsidize the difference in costs. So I just stayed there. And they all pretty much the same. You could just look at it as the cost of doing business. So got to pay to play. So if you move somewhere for like 0.5% of savings, is that really going to move the needle in your business or impact the bottom line? Nah, not really. Just find something that works for you, that's easy for you or whoever you're going to have doing it, that you like, that's user-friendly, and just roll with it. The fees are there. So.
Yeah. Tone, would you jumping in? Because if not, I got
Yeah.
some.
Saying QuickBooks Online is what we use, like
Yep.
pretty much from day one. I'm not plugging them or nothing, but just it's just one of those things that we found that a lot of bookkeepers are very familiar with QuickBooks. So as we grew and we outgrew, being able to do it ourselves, it was fairly easy to find someone that was familiar with the system that could keep it clean and keep it flowing and all that stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, really everything they said. I mean, like Brandon said, for the most part, if you check it, right, Stripe fees gonna typically be similar to PayPal fees, QuickBook fees. All of the payment processes is usually around the same. You must be making a lot of money if it's that expensive to you. So, in that case, the workaround that I did find is a couple of them out there, but the main thing that I would start with is go talk to your bank. If you're doing high volume, then you can talk to your bank and you can set up a payment processing through them, and they can negotiate rates for you directly. But that'll be one alternative. And then I got another one I know I got personally. So if you need that, I'm actually back checking emails now. So you can email me, aj@cleanbiznetwork.com, and I'll send you the contact for my guy that directly to a new company that's out there that does payment processing. But just be mindful, they knew. Okay. And then also compare their fees to Stripe, because it was certain things about them that was cheaper, but then there was other things about it that it was like, I don't know if it's worth the hassle, but you can talk to them. But again, as everything they said, the fees are the fees. It's just the cost of doing business. I mean, it's really kind of hard to get around it. So, all right, cool. What else we got, y'all? So no more questions. No more questions coming in. We do got 9 minutes. We would love to help y'all a little bit more, but if y'all ain't got nothing else for us, I guess we have nothing else for y'all. So any final words? Anybody thought of something while we sitting here?
Man, get your mind right. Remember what it is that you started this journey for, man, and remember that it's not just going to happen. Like, it's going to take you becoming the person that deserves, all of the rewards and stuff that comes from being on this journey. So tighten up. Like, like if you got that plan, lock it in and go ahead and start executing on it. If you already in the business, man, take an evaluation of what you're actually doing and tighten up. Like, tighten up with your fam, tighten up with all those stuff that's important to you, whether it's your health and you're single, whether it's your finances, just tighten up.
Big fact. And real quick, I thought of the names. I want to say the names. Authorize.net, but that's probably going to be in conjunction with your bank that I was saying earlier for the processing. And then Fan Basis is what it's called. The guy that I have a direct contact to. So if you want to look them up, it's called Fan Basis, and you can check them out too for cheapening your processing fees. All right, what you got, Sherman?
I will say this, and we're closing out, right?
Yep, might as well.
Let's say this. Tone says this all the time. Find your why. All right. So this weekend is Easter, it's Good Friday and then Easter Sunday. And a lot of times what people do is spend time with family, go have Easter, have cookouts and all this other stuff. Take the time to refresh, right? Refresh, recharge, spend time with your family, spend time just enjoying life and finding out why you're doing what you're doing. All right. And then when you come back on Monday, or you can start Sunday evening, however you want to do it, come back recharged, rejuvenated, ready to go, and ready to hit the ground running. If you don't get in there and you don't grind, you don't put in the time to learn and invest in yourself, you're not going to have that confidence, which we talked about before. So take this weekend off, relax, relate, release, enjoy, and find out what your why is. And then when you find out what your why is, you have a little bit more to go, a little bit further, or a little bit longer.
For sure.
Business growth takes time. 100%. 100%. I'll say, I'll just piggyback off of what Sherman said, and utilize this weekend. It's holiday weekend. You'll be around family, be around friends, whatever. I'm gonna go against Sherman when he said take the weekend off. I'm gonna say don't take it off. All right, you 24 hours, 24/7. Don't take it off. But I'm gonna say, like, talk to people about your business. Like, open your mouth, talk to people, talk to family, talk to friends. And when you do that, be excited when you talk to them. I don't care if you just lost an account or didn't win the account that you wanted to win. When they ask you how's the business going, great. I don't give a damn what just happened the past week, because that excitement, you know, again, it transfers to other people. And a lot of people, they may have had a bad week, but hearing you talk about how great your business is going, that may, the right people, you know, that may, you know, light something inside of them. And then once they see how excited you are, they're out somewhere else. Somebody's asking about a cleaning company. It could be on social media or what. We got tagged in something on social media, man. It turned out to be a damn museum and all this other stuff. We went out, did the cleaning, did the quote. Nobody else. It was like maybe 15 other friggin' cleaning companies got tagged. I was the only one that actually responded to the person who tagged me and to the person who was looking for the services. So people be getting tagged, and then like you so high up on your horse, you too good to even reply. Right. Man, I replied and I sent the dude a message, got on the horn with him, had a crew out there in the next week. Like, bruh, like they paid us before we even started work. So man, like, talk, open your mouth, man, and just be excited. Be excited. So I love it.
That's huge, bro. But I don't know why people think they get fancy all of a sudden, like you too good. Who you think you
like,
is?
Who are you? Like, I'm replying to everybody. I don't care who it is, and I'm gonna call you.
Hey, look. With that said, and by the way, I'm glad you did that too, because I can balance that out, because both is right. So it's like you got to analyze, where are you in your business? Like Sherman said, listen. You might be your season where you need to rest, take some time off, and get some things together, reflect, and remember your why, right? But you also might be in a season where it's turn up time, where everybody else chilling. Like Brandon said, you should be working through this weekend right now. I know I'm in a season for this particular weekend. I don't know what I'm gonna do next week, right? But this particular weekend, I'm choosing to turn up. To work. Last weekend I chose to turn up, right? So it just depends. So make sure you reflect and know yourself, know thyself, and also know what your business needs at this particular time, so you can do what you need to do to sell your business and your life to the next level. So with that said, we are your cleaning business consultants. We are looking at you to see if you need 1010 program. If you need mentorship, go to 1010program.com. We're here to help y'all. As you can see, everybody here is very qualified and here to help you, and we genuinely care for y'all. All right. So if you need that help, and you know you do, go to 1010program.com. That's what we got for y'all today. I'm AJ Simmons. I'm founder of the Clean Business Network. I am the Clean Business GOAT, and we appreciate y'all time. I'm out of here. Fellas, if y'all want to jump out, we can.
I'm Sherman Lewis. You can reach me at Sherman Lewis Official on YouTube, or reach me at the 1010 Program or CBN. You guys have a wonderful and a blessed weekend. I'm out.
I'll hop in T-Dub. I'm Brandon Orr. Instagram, I am Brandon Orr, specializing in sales, helping you to grow your business and close more deals. Man, have a great weekend with family. Talk about your business and be excited. Be excited, smile, and let's win, guys. I'm out.
All right, I'm Tony Williams, man, and I just want to say happy Easter, y'all. Get after it. Love y'all.
What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and the reason why I started the 1010 program is because I get it. Starting a business can be scary, it can be risky, and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So with the 1010 program, I decided, you know what? Let's guarantee you success. Let's put you together with a one-on-one mentor. Let's give you unlimited leads, and let's guarantee you that you can get to at least 10 grand a month in contracts. So whether you're already in business or whether you haven't even got started yet, the 1010 program can work for you and assure you that you will grow at least by $10,000 per month in recurring commercial cleaning contracts. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, click that button below and go ahead and book a call with me. And listen, this is not like a franchise opportunity. These will be your accounts that you actually own, not some franchise middlemaning you. This is actually a guarantee. These will be your actual contracts. This will be your actual business, okay? So click the button below and schedule your call, and let's see if we're a right fit for each other.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. cause that's all it takes. I'm flashing for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.